Ndizi TV ubwansu bw'umuguzi. Biamono kimo mwancho muligiriya bu television ya Ndizi TV marako bengi ya andalusia soberete na ndiche kireli chinga kitiria tukubira na sempeo ili gukwanira ria tulengete ntwe vuna mwanya getinge ni guceragire Chinsa Isato chimagroba ya bono jini Chinsa churogongo rwa Afrika ya mocha chinga kitiria toje tukwanira mange kubwatikana na mangana Amayia aliyatobere to kwariganiria ko rwali tuko lia gachagete napo igomuro buri bweke umbu ekerero riri tuko lia Jumatano na mange akorekanire kurwa obochori bokorekana barahia bagiye bachore gucia bisi mbaro batachoretwe na boigo mbare batagete kwanda busubwe kigambiro kubwatekana nukwe murungania kurwa ase amachibu alibabete bakonyora ayo na yanda mange bono narutogendrete gukwanira ase amangana itama yena boigo asensemo yumurubirio bweke umbuli tukulia lero nigo omogeni yitwago chikoba Honorable Richard Atandi Machuka uyo nigali kubori kirgo kyobo MCA kurwase ward ya Kitutu Central Ward ejere imeyomuchie okisigo se ase county ya Kisi bono neto chiko twara asumurubrio bweke umbuli tukolia lero tukwanira mange magayo bachori korekana tanyora tiribaga liokoba umurai bwensemeye ekero kyo nigo kiritwe na Wilfred Manyenye bono ayona yanda mange na rutura chikoba to kwanera chinga kichigo se chinga kichicha bono maragoba asige kagi Chinsa ibere echo chigo chia egoika Chinsa isano chabotuko mangana Amayia na boigo murubuli bwekimbu ainigatia rutura chigo kwanera asenkira yuwe mekigima bono nigo ntete kweli bageri go kwarigania kigima no moyo murabuseli tobeyamo igoika Chinsa echo asige kekerebusyo okoretana mangana Amayia senkira yuwe kirano biamono kigima ase okwira libagari yao na watwali bagato kumanye kurwa asigete seni kyo nambe yemo kyumuno bwikigusi kya Ndizi TV ekyo ikuraria so muno bwikigusi na boigo yokoletera emirobiri menge yokanyora se mitandao yaito ya YouTube Ndizi TV News na boigo ase Facebook buna Ndizi TV News Digital na boigo chisemo chile nyinge buna Twitter na Instagram gotonyororo bono udio gonkonya okoletera mangana Amayia senkira yumuno wimanyilio nigakurukwa Joshua Auta inche nigonkurukwa John Kibati mangana Amayia senkira yubikirano magiga yubachori gokorekana imense ya Kenya na bwigo murahi omuchore uyuru murahi ochikobo murahi bwense muske William Ruto kopaka korarigwa nekyombekilie chimbebe no bachori kya IBC ona muri birengerio au nigo bigendrete kurwegwa kubwatekana nali abetega gokorekana magaye kyombekyo gichimbebe no bachori kya IBC kobagekana gatigati chingaki omunyakirogo bwekyombekyo wa Fulache Bukati araletie o muske William Ruto koba omurahi omuchore bwense na boigo abakomishona bande bane kurwa chinkwana chinde chire chingao kurwa esikiria cherwetwe n'umunyakirugo bw'ekyombeke bono abantu kurase county ya Nyamira nigo barure birengeryo buna tokumanyigwa n'umusekito kurase county yo Job Mangi
maega ya IEBC korare William Ruto buna umurai bwense omochore nigo umurai oazimio Raila Odinga arwete ebirero biyaye bunobochori obombwa koretwe asentera yobwasyoku ntwabatogotarira abamenyi be county ya Nyamira elinde koigwa amarorabo buna ekyombe getenenerete obochori nechimbebe gyakorete obochori obo
turatebune bichana muraya chorirwe tigatokoregas according na matoke arpomas nigarenga yobwasyoku na yomane
egati abamenyi mbate bambale no kwegena buna ekyombe kya IEBC gyakoretie obochori obo
oburayi gobwachora tuburunge ondete yubiru ekora yarenga ko bano boibi nango kureti njarenga ko bamyamiri gochigoro omugambi ochoriru tiganga turae
asensemende bateba mbali n'okwegena buno obucholi bwakoletwe asense yaitu ya Kenya.
Kasi yakolete ningia sana, lakini bona sabantu abane bachiete bakanda bichukombe tukuma itingi kiagerete na ende mnenche muntu wa baba ninkumetie mono abantu kanyete korugorari na baba totebetie tokanyete korwa subunukoti ekoti totebi ngaitoko chikochia.
Isi kula anasema saa mwisho hata tukiongeza asitaleta ile hesabu anasema yenyewe, hata akisema hata hawakuhesabu, ndio hawakuhesabu, lakini asitosi.
Mbasaba bakenya komenya asomolembe na gutwara okoigwanana baganyete ekoti korwa ogochika kwabo.
Cheno monto papa nonyegia chiete cheno monto papa, lakini egentongo tia abantu baminto ekero kigiachire gento kya utorakore egento togosaba no molembe abantu tonyorero ni chikasi togokora bamura torabachu akari,
lakini cheno monto papa aro nonye bone ekero kigiachiete etogosaba molembe toigwane tobwaterane Kenya yaitegende mutu ne president yetu yachole tubono William Ruto ntege ndongo saba akianzire CPC ekonyora yanchandire
kurwa se county ya Nyamira. Ginko reporteria Ndizi TV Job Maangi.
Chinga kitugendete gukwanira igoro yokwera kwobochori ni gobono oyore omo Sheikh kurwa se omo skidio jamia imeye county ya Kisii omo Sheikh Ibrahim Nur ni gobono aboririe abakenya bagendere kubeka omulembe anene muno bari imeye county ya Kisii eye magega yemerobirio guchaka kwiranira asobo hamono boigo chisukuru chire ange gucha kwigura bwa ankyo nikaboririe abotwerero bunyare kwenekiwa ekero emerobirio nsigenderete kubwatigwa irigo sonsora amangana ayebi na byobochori ebyobete bigokorekana gose bari babiri bataisanegeti kurwa sobochori obwo barachi kugenda busubwike gambero musakito Hamisi Josephat na botoroboti rwasenjira yobokirano
namatuko atatoka leko bagagweta magaye kiombe kyobochori nechimbe IBC kumoralia Daktari William Ruto buna omora ibwense ya Kenya omochore bono aba Kenya niko bagendeta ko bagosegetwa baine kinga babekire omolembe chinsemo chonsi ibamenyete aya niga bekiru benne amona Ibrahim Nur oyi ore omo Sheikh ase omosigiti okisi jamia
Sheikh Ibrahim Nur imam wa jamia mosque hapa Kisii. Wazee kwa wamama, vijana kwa wasichana, kila mtu amepiga kura na akapigia yule mgombeaji ambaye yeye anamtaka. Tunamshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu, hiyo zoezi zikaisha. Mwisho ikawa Wakenya wameongoja sana kwa kutangaziwa rais yao ni nani. Kwa kupenda kwa Mwenyezi Mungu na vile vile kwa Mwenyezi Mungu Tabaraka wa Taala ameamua, IBC ikatangaza kuwa Samuel Ruto Arab akawa yeye ametangazwa yeye ndo rais wa 5 wa Jamhuri ya Kenya.
Ibrahim Nur boigo niga bakanirie bali bataranyara ko bagwanjira n'amachibwa iyo banyara ko bagwesokia na kubwatia chinchira chelichiko anene gwikira aseke gambero elio bonengwana yabo yogokana obocholi obwo enyara ko bagegotegererwa
ile ambo kwamba wako juu, yule alishinda na yule ameshindwa, waende kotini, watu ya kotini wataamua ukweli uko pande gani. Wafanye kazi yao kama kawaida, maamuzi tuachie mahakama.
Nur Ibrahim Boigo nigo abaganire anene abamenyi be county ya Kisii banyara ko bakwenekia buna ommarembo nyale ko gotoka ase county yo nandi banyara ko bakwiranira chinsemo chiabo choko kora imeremo ili kwenekinga banyara ko bakwenyorera omugati obugokera lituko uyura chikoba gokubagendereria ase chinga chiabo.
Kwa hivyo Wakenya kwa jumla, hasatan watu ya Kisii ambao kwamba ni county yetu ya Kisii haswa, tunataka amani, tunataka upendo, watu warudi kama kawaida, wafanye biashara yao, wafanye kazi yao, watafutie mkate watoto yao, watu wafanye kazi yao.
Igoro ya Chisukuru Ibrahim nigo abaganire abaibori amo n'abarimu banyara ko bakubwaterana ilio bene kinga bana banyare ko bakwirana ase chisukuru bagendere amone chisemi icho chikuba konya ase amatuko agocha boigo nigo aganirie serikali nyare ko bakwenekia oborendi bwa bana kirabono baguchikwirana ase chisukuru.
La pili, ishaamuliwa watoto warudi shule. Himizo yangu kwa wazazi na kwa walimu kwa jumla, watoto wetu ndio maisha yetu, hawa ndio viongozi ya kesho. Kwa hivyo watoto wetu tuwaangalie wanapoenda shuleni, watoke kwa siasa na mambo ambayo kwamba imefungamana na siasa, waende kusoma masomo yao kama kawaida, sababu wao maisha ya watoto wetu ni kila kitu. Kwa hivyo ningeomba wazazi na walimu ya kwamba tulinde watoto wetu.
Kwa ripoti ya Ndizi TV kuru kaunti ya Kisii tena na Josephat Hamis.
Omurai omochore bwense muski William Ruto ni golitukulia lero aumerana na barai bonsi bali baba bagochorwa gwetera sikiama kya UDA ukwanira mange kubatikana na libero beretie igochewa kora chinga kichwo igo ni gaira libageri ukwanira abakenya na kubainekeliya buna na chigwikirania alionsi abeteka ukwana chinga kiche chi campaign na kubabolia babe abatoereru umusakito Brighton Makori na batorobotoruo asenchira yobokirano
Asentune entangani gesa Dr. William Ruto araliwa koba omurayo machore bwense ya Kenya litugo ulia lero ni gakwanira abakenya anene ekiraumirana na bali bachorwa gwetera somo bwa Kenya kwanza kaukwana ase omochukare ni litugo lero ni ganyara kabate abuna ere serikali ya yeterigo chigwanjo nde bwenzi kobeterigo kole meremo atatageti.
And I want to promise you, as I promise Kenya, that the culture of fear, blackmail and intimidation will stop. We will not run government using blackmail or threats or selling fear to the people of Kenya.
Waigo ni goruto nyaraga kobolia barai bonsi bali bachorwa somo bwa Kenya kwanza na abande bonsi kwenda kiminango korera baraba Kenya miremeri bachoreire ili kwenda kiminango mukibare birengo bya uchumi sense ya Kenya.
We have no option, good people. We have to deliver. The people being interviewed in streets, in markets, in many places in Kenya want to know when the Hustler Fund is going to be rolled out. They want they want to know when the subsidies on our agriculture are going to be rolled out.
Boigo Ruto narekana ko teabuna abakoli mirimo be serikali bonsi tiberuji gutume kwa gisiasa kulende asabagani bakole mirimo beli bachoreire buna abakoli mirimo be serikali.
Public service will be professional, and I expect that the public service will serve Kenyans equally without any preference to tribe, communities or any preference to political affiliations. Public servants across the board, all the way down to the chiefs and their assistants, we will be expecting them to serve Kenyans equally.
Waigo nigatebirumna nigaoji kwena kimna ngorigere bara machiko yebunge aliarerere abawasiri bali bagochorwa kwenda sebunge na kwerera ali bakoreire abakenya.
We'll be looking at the standing orders. It has not been possible for cabinet secretaries to be interrogated by the legislature. Some members of parliament have been answering questions in parliament. We do not think that is the right thing to do. And we are going to have a discussion so that we can adjust and amend the standing orders to make it possible for cabinet secretaries to get to the floor of the house and answer questions.
Goripote rigetaseni Ndizi TV eriderane Brighton Makori.
Ekero tutigarite asoroboti ruo oyore omokonyo ye gwetrase obomubo bwo Kenya kwanza Rigathi Gachagua nereniga atebiribuna abakenya nigo bwente gutwara kwegena asalionsi babete bakwenekerirwa chinga kichi campaign na kuburia abakenya batwara botwereru eliyo bachiye kubaikirania onsi ayuba boletie.
The journey to liberate this country from state capture, conflict of interest, economic mismanagement has just started. And we are grateful to God that the man who has been given this task is equal to it. And it is upon all of us to support him, to work as a team, so that we justify the decision made by the people of Kenya.
Mheshimiwa William Ruto tulimpeleka kwa Kenya kama mgombezi wa urais wa muungano wa Kenya Kwanza. Lakini sasa hayo yamepita. Baada ya kuchaguliwa, yeye si rais wa Kenya Kwanza, ni rais wa Wakenya wote. Kwa hivyo hata wale ambao wamepoteza ni muhimu pia tuwapatie mkono, tuwapatie bega la kuegemea ili wahisi kwamba Rais Ruto si rais wa Kenya Kwanza tu, bali ni rais wa Kenya wote.
I need to congratulate you for this historic achievement. And let me say that this is not an ordinary achievement. This is indeed an extraordinary achievement. If you look at the circumstances under which we have gotten this victory, indeed there is God in heaven.
Let us make devolution work. Let us make our county assemblies work. Let us make the economy work for everybody. Let us support our President William Samoei Ruto in the delivery of his manifesto, which is the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto. Let us roll up our sleeves. Let us build Kenya.
So, Mr. President, now the reins of power of this country, together with this entire team, is with you. The demonstration you have shown of your capacity to work around the clock is called upon even more because we have to change this country.
Ababwatani bikia magia Fort Kenya kuruasi county ya Bungoma iyo tukasoro gunkuru Western nigo bareno mogoko asikiria bagote babuna nigo ensema ya Kenya Kwanza yanyorete obubwi ase ikiruge kenene kyuburayi bwense kolengana barabwo nigo batebirubuna nigo umurayi bwiki amekyogia Fort Kenya Moses Wetangula araje konyora libaga serikali na boigo nigo barache konyorwa.
Nataka kuambia wenzetu wale wa mrengo mwingine wa Azimio kwamba huenda kuna mmoja ambaye hawezi kupatiana matokeo haya. Tunataka ya kwamba wafuate procedure ile ambayo ya kweli. Nataka Kenya iwe na amani, Kenya iwe na utulifu, watu waendelee kufanya kazi vilivyo. Fuata utaratibu ule ambao unatakana kikatiba, uingie kotini na koti itatoa uamuzi ulio wa kweli.
Sasa Bungoma tuko ndani ya serikali. Kuwa ndani ya serikali, mashini yetu inaenda kufanya kazi. Wala ambao vitu yote ilikuwa imeanguka yote inaenda kuamuka. Na hiyo ndiyo ilikuwa manifesto ya baba wa Roma.
Nataka kumshukuru sababu ameleta Bungoma yetu pamoja. Nataka kuelimisha wenzangu, hata wenzetu wenye muko mbali, ingia ndani ya Fort Kenya, sababu hii Bungoma yetu tunataka tushike papa wetu mikononi, pati lita na awe na nguvu, sababu huko juu naona mahali aliko ako ndani ya serikali na mheshimiwa president wetu Samoei Ruto, najua watatufanyia mengi, watoto wetu wataandikwa kazi.
Igotikana na mangana siasa nigotogoso semangana yichisemi asumu waziri bujisemi omuski Professor George Magoha nigo akwanire aria esekte yo yichisemi yabereke gwetera bunogo cha kuburiri bwa COVID-19 na wasoa ase chingaki echugwaka chikura na boigo ande andamange aliabereka gukorekana na koirangora esekte yo yichisemi kurende gereri bageri yo kubakira baibuli na boigo babwatani bonsi kura esekte yo yichisemi ngambia mono asukwerwa kwabo ili kwenekia buna yichisemi nigo chigendrete gusuka busyo chingaki chundi gereri bageri yo gusabo kwabera kurwa sonde bwensi oliabereka komojera chingaki abero omuwaziri kurende nigabolirie buna borkio bonsi nigo barachie guchaka kwirena asijiskuru guchakira bwankyo ili kwenekia buna bachakiri gisemi cyabo na guchibokora amatemo abo.
I would have something to add in the Ministry of Education. I want the public to know that perhaps I'm the only CS who has served in the Ministry of Education during a pandemic, an active pandemic. That has made it extremely difficult to run the ministry. And therefore, sometimes we have been extremely firm in order to move forward. First of all, I want to thank the general public, more specifically the parents, for having allowed us to be extra firm so that we can normalize the calendar, the education calendar. It was not a walk in the park. During that process of firmness, we may perhaps have been misconstrued, and if somebody was offended at that time, our most sincere apologies. There is nobody who is perfect. But then work must be done. For the short period that is left, I would like the public to understand that we have a target to complete, a very, very important target of classrooms for our children. First of all, these classrooms are coming at 788,200 shillings. They are good quality buildings. We have done extremely well.
Magiga yoko baso mutimokomoke kubwatikana no bacholi obonene ubwaba gukorekana bona bulitiko lyankyo nigo chiskuru chonsi chiwikoba echikoigurwa na borkiyo akurena chiskuru umunyakiro gubweke ombe egie chiskuru chisokondari ekiyekrokwa Kenya Secondary Schools Association kai indimuli nigo bonate bribuna nigo bariange kigima na bigo bero britie ego chaka amaorokelyo onsi ye chiskuru na boyigwa samate mwa manene ayo chokorekana asumutinyo ikome na kabire umwako yo chingagecho nigo asabire obotoereru chingaki obomo buri bwazimio la umoja One Kenya bulireti kwanda busubiki gambiro iliyo chukwamireria obocholi obubwaba bogo korekana na bigo koraligwa amatuka make aitire.
So any further delay would mean one, we may not be able to get the students ready for the exams in December, and we may also end up delaying the transition. Now, to the parents who have been preparing to get the students to school on Monday, they received information that there is postponement. Many had already booked for their children to travel, especially those who are in national schools and in boarding schools away from their homes, have had to cancel. Some, I'm sure, may not have even heard the announcement, and we may be getting students arriving in schools tomorrow. I would only want to call on my colleagues to be available so that they can receive any students who may arrive tomorrow. We've joined the rest in asking for calm so that we can finish off with this electioneering period, get those who have garnered more votes start working, and we let our education sector continue to churn out the people that we are expected to do and join the job market and continue building our nation. This year, we are expecting to have a national examination again in December. We are just at the period of preparing these candidates for the national exams, and the closure really affects that final preparation for the students. Knowing very well that we are also in the period of transiting from the current 844 curriculum to the new CBC, where we have the first group of students, the first cohort, joining grade 7 in January 2023.
No roboti orwo ekiombe cy'ubukoreri bwa serikali ni gukirane kirebuna emirobiri yonsi y'ubukoreri guciya saba Kenya nigiye guciya kugendera bwikiranu tangu chindi cyonsi kitayo kurengana no munyakerogo bw'ikiombe kyo Anthony Mushiri nigatebiruna nigo be Robert Kigima ucyo kubwatia amachiko na boyigo kwene kyabuna emirobiri yonsi ya serikali nene na boyigo serikali kiri county nigiye guciya gukorekana abuna butambe.
Advisory number 1 is on a fit for purpose structure of a new government. Advisory number 2 is on recruitment and selection of principal secretaries. Advisory number 3 is on appointment letters for principal secretaries. Advisory number 4 is on delegation instrument and vesting of the role of the authorized officer. Advisory number 5 is on a high-level induction program for cabinet secretaries and principal secretaries. The advisories is both for the exiting and incoming new administration. It is also intended to ensure there is seamless continuity of public service.
Abarai bechi kanisa ni go baganirie abakenya kwenekia buno butwereru ngocha bure chinga kechi chikura chabere chikoera na boigo imirubirinde menge eganirie guchiko chaka para yabu ni go batebribuna ni go bagucha kwenekia buno murai omochore muske William Ruto umurai uchiko soka kurwa bisi muske Uhuru Kenyatta na boigo umurai bwo mubwazi miola umoja one Kenya muske Raila Odinga ni go bachiramo babwatane na kwenekia buno murembe guchiko genderori meyense ya Kenya.
Are concerned with the apparent disunity among the commissioners. We have in this regard reached out to the commissioners with them as we pray with them and listen with them to a view of finding out amicable way of going forward.
We have consistently said that if there is any disagreement in the matter to do with elections in this country, our constitution and our laws have provided channels through which one can pursue their grievances. We already met with the deputy president, who is now president-elect, in terms of engaging with him just to hear his thoughts on how is he going to bring and promote peace and cohesion in our country that is obviously divided 50-50 if the election results are to be understood.
Ayo kagendrete omurai bwikema kia ODM na boigo bamuri bwazimio la umoja one Kenya umuske Raila Odinga ni gona inde sentunde yende aumerana na buri bachorwa kurwa sobo mobwo iligo kwanira mirubiri yabo na boigo ebirinka biria babwate uchikwene kia buna ni go baguchia konyora obochori buri bwaba bokurusugwa kurwa asebale nigo ayakwana ayuri tukula rero ekwenekeria abakenya buna nigo barachie ko babakubwatia egoika omwelio ili kwenekia buna banyorire obochori obwo bwaba bokurusugwa asebale.
Basically it was a familiarization meeting and we also talked about a way forward. We've given them a brief as where we are with regard to presidential elections, and they have approved the steps that we have decided to take as a Azimio coalition.
Chinga kecho omokonyi bo umuske Raila Odinga so mu Azimio la umoja one Kenya musubati Martha Karua nigo nere akirembia muno saba Kenya bonsi bari baba bako bachora gusubako bakira chikura chinga kecho bochori bwaita nigo batebrumna nigo bagendrete kurwanirira obusubole bwa Kenya kolengana buna baba ete chikura chiabo.
Thank you. Very little to add to say that our figures show that we command the National Assembly. Just like I said the last time, the Senate, our competitors are up by 1, but the National Assembly we command. We, therefore, after meeting, we must look and plan how we are going to execute our mandate. And that is normal. And our members are taking that up. On the matter of the election, ours is victory deferred, but it's coming home. And that's the message to everyone. As we explore avenues, all legal and constitutional avenues, let everybody know victory is coming home. Thank you for supporting us, and we will not let you down.
Magiga yobo mobo Azimio la umoja one Kenya gutugutirare obochori gusama chibu yobochori ayo abagakorariwa nomurayi gose umunyakiro go bwiki ombekirigi chimbe robochori wafula chibukati nigona inde bagendrete kuruwa birengelio aho kubwatikana na ali abetega okolekana bakorawa na Kalonzo Musyoka nigo batebiribuna nigo bagendrete busyo ili kwenekia mbachi kunyora oburayi bwabo chingakie cyo nigo bago keirumo barobwa babunge ole babwate yikoro kyabuna nigo barachi gutwara chinguru chinene ime yebunge.
Notice that since a statement by a presidential candidate yesterday, the whole world has its attention drawn on our wonderful republic, a country we all love, and a country that none of us is prepared to let go the wrong way. So these consultations, as my brother Raila has explained, are ongoing. It is obvious that we have very, very many elected representatives of our people, not even to mention about the members of the county assemblies, who will shortly, in the next few days, be also putting their act together. So we will continue with our caucuses in terms of the regions, the coast region, the northeastern region, the Nyanza region, the central region. We are all doing this so that people can get to understand each other better. And as results emerge of our consultations, if need be, we will let members of the media know. But the most important matter is to stand in solidarity and to stand together. In fact, we have happily sung the composition by our late brother, Senator Kajwang, may God rest his soul in peace, that nchi hii bado ni mapambano, ili haki mwishowe ipatikane, so that Kenyans can live happily together with each other as brothers and sisters.
Omonchu muligelia kulengana nensa yane nigondo chichiro Chinsa Isato neni sucho botuko bwalero wikiraga buno nkora mangana maya senkira yo wikira nukurinde ekerona kurira mangana maya kuno gochaka kumurubiri yonde wike umbuli tukolia lero unanagote bya bulitangani nigonde no mweshimiwa Richard atandi machuka uyole kubolia ekerugo kyo MCA kurwa Kitutu Central Ward asomurubiri tubweke umbu obuna butambe igo twara chita somoto mokomoke elinde ko abana siasa libaga baragenda sobochori bono ochori bwairire na hende twiranire murubiri tubweke umbu obuna butambe gwikatukwanire alia tugochigokora bono mahega yobochori gweta abande koire birogo abande mbaireti urutiyoro mwali siasa kila lituko gwikatukwanire bono alia takiri gokorwa bari basoire service inkibatakiri gokora na indo nyembali gokora bia barayibanda baya bali batigarite mahega na buba cha koira na inde birogo bia bana borobwo bagendereri busyo ekerenge kanene munuma itubutambe kimurubiri bweke umbu no gokwanira amagenderera lyeito ali atolengete intwe buna mwanyagetinge eliyo kwene kiabuna ndubwata barayya baya na boigo twarigeri kigima kilitubonete gokorerwa bono na mange to gokwanira amagoroba ya bono nigongo gosaba togendare uinyorenga na boko genda semitandao yitu ya Facebook Ndizi TV News Digital na boigo asi mutandao YouTube niko kwenda Ndizi TV News o subscribe habu na boigo kuri limero biliyete menge ili toka batokobeka abunere record nende tokwenda live na kobeke notification bell kirengaki tokwenda live yako manyanga twabekiro morobeli yomoye na boigo noroge ndrete ili unyale kwimanya kigima bono tigangirege kerebusyo kumwaligania omogeni one Honorable Richard atandi machuka Armstrong asiriyetalinde eliyo tukwanira mange emarogoba ya bono biomono kigima uri onkonya okoletera mangana maya asenkera yomonwa bwe biorokeryo nigakorwa Joshua au